Whereas if you wake up normally, it's disappearing away and stuff like this.
So do you think you remember it more because you were woken up
Like,
in the middle of it?
Yeah, and like fast. Like imagine you're right in the middle of a dream and I grab you and I'm like, wake up, wake up, wake up. Like maybe you don't have a choice but to remember it. Welcome to the Harry & Co podcast show. Please like and subscribe for more. Welcome back. We're back on the podcast. It's the Harry & Co podcast show. Hello, Nicole, and welcome back.
Hello, hello.
So welcome back. You're always here.
I literally live here right now.
Well, that's how it goes.
Yeah, absolutely.
On the Harry & Co podcast show.
I'm excited to get in today.
Okay, so let's get into it. I've got some exciting topics today.
Always throwing them at us.
Throwing them at us.
Oh my gosh, do you remember? No, I couldn't. Can we cut that? Let's do it again.
No, it's fine.
You did this to me the last two episodes that you've released. I'm literally like, let's cut that. And you've literally put it in. You just make me look like a fool on the podcast.
No, if someone says cut, it's going in. That's it's obviously...
So, well, what's that actually like the line?
Is there a thing?
Is there a line?
Is there a finger movement?
So I don't say cut. I'm like, I don't know.
Definitely don't. No, just threaten me on text message.
Because you don't even give me you know what I found funny is you didn't even give me a heads up when you released the last one.
Oh yeah.
And literally 24 hours, it'd been up for 24 hours. And then I went on just to have a look and you went, I was like, there's a new one.
I was so busy though. I was abroad and I was like, I've got to get this out.
No excuse, really.
No excuse. Anyway, let's get stuck in.
All right.
I've got something to tell you. I had the weirdest dream. Like I wanted to talk about dreams because dreams are just weird anyway, right?
It's so funny because everyone's always got something to say about dreams, don't they? Like you walk into the office, oh, I had this awful dream last night, or do you know what I mean? That it's always a topic of conversation.
It is. Sorry, I got totally distracting myself then looking at the camera, but it is. It's a real point of conversation, isn't it? Dreams. Oh, I had a dream the other night and stuff like this. My problem is I can never remember. This can't be me. This has got to be a brain thing. You need a brain doctor, don't we, to talk to or something. But I'll wake up and remember a dream for 2 seconds, and then the harder I remember the dream, the quicker it disappears.
Yeah.
And I feel like I'm trying to grab it. What the hell?
Well, when you said dreams, I was like, oh, okay, here we go. Another topic thrown at me that I can't prepare for. But when you said dreams, I was kind of like, I can never remember. I don't think I'm going to be able to give you a specific dream that I've had.
Yeah, because you forgot it.
Exactly. And it was even the other day I was talking to one of my colleagues and she's like, oh, I didn't sleep well last night. I had some really bad dreams. So I'm like, well, what was it about? And she's like, well, no, I don't really know. What is with our brains that you go through this? Because sometimes it literally jerks you awake to the point where you've got fear or you're sweating, but you actually can't even remember what has actually just happened.
I've had some really vivid dreams that have been usually something a bit negative, I don't know, you splitting up with your partner, or you've lost your job, or you've been arrested. I'm sure I've had somewhere I've gone to jail, or some weird dreams like that with a negative thing. And the more I wake up and the more I think about it, they just absolutely just disappear and I can't. But there is a massive sense of release that I'm not dead, or I'm not in jail. And honestly, and I get so excited when I've woken up because I'm like, ah!
So you brought up dreams. Was there a dream that you remembered the other day?
Yeah. So the whole point in this, this was, what was it Monday gone? Okay.
Yeah.
This, right. Okay. So I'm with my partner. This is the inside the dream, right? Okay. So I was with my partner. I was in bed with my partner, but this was also part of the dream. So I was looking out the window of her apartment effectively, and there's a building, another 3-story block of apartments outside of the window, and in line with the window itself, I could see the apartment building waving, moving. I was like, oh, what the hell? So I was like, what the hell's going on? What the hell's going on? And then it started shaking. I was like, oh no, it's an earthquake. I'm in Italy, and it's I know it's not super famous for earthquakes, but it would,
just automatically what your brain did.
But I think they do
happening.
have earthquakes in Italy, right?
Yeah.
It's we're lucky in the UK, we have no natural disasters. Anyway, so everything starts shaking, and it's earthquake. I know what's going on. I was like, oh my god, I'm going crazy. And it's amazing how vivid it is and how I can remember it. And anyway, this other apartment building sort of out the window starts to like sink into the ground almost perfectly, just like sinking into the ground. I'm like, oh no, like it's intense, super crazy. This building's going down. And I'm like, what do you do? What, I'm not an earthquake expert, so I don't know what I'm doing. And anyway, then the building we're in starts going down, and it's only like a story up or story and a half kind of up.
At this point in your dream,
Yeah.
is your partner still in bed? Have you woken? Have you warned her? Like, her
Maybe
whole
we're-
world's about to crash down.
In the dream, maybe we're just both awake on the bed, just chatting or something.
Yeah.
Like it's getting up time.
But
I
like
don't
you
know.
said, in dreams, you can't really remember every detail, can you?
No,
So, yeah.
no, but this is, and I'll tell you why in a minute. Anyway, and our building starts going down, and the window I'm looking out of goes onto like a terrace. And so we like run out onto the terrace, the building's going down, and when the terrace is like in line with the ground, like jump over and run onto the street for safety, sort of thing. And that was kind of as far as I got with the dream. Now, it's so weird, but this is the thing about remembering dreams. But my partner, like, she put her head over me and woke me up for real, okay? And like, she woke me up, I'm like, ah! Like,
You
I don't
actually
know.
woke up screaming.
Yeah, because she's like startled me. So I was properly in this like deep type kind of sleep, dream level sleep, and she woke me up and I was like, ah. Anyway, like she scared the shit out of me, and I think we need a brain doctor. But I think there's something where if you wake up quicker, that dream is still like in the right part of your brain to remember. Whereas if you wake up normally, it's disappearing away and stuff like this.
So do you think you remember it more because you were woken up
Like-
in the middle of it?
Yeah, and like fast. Like imagine you're right in the middle of a dream and I grab you and I'm like, wake up, wake up, wake up. Like maybe you don't have a choice but to remember it.
But then if you wake up just normally, then it's kind of just like, oh yeah,
Yeah, I don't
yawn,
know.
kind of cool. I think I had a bad dream last night. Can't really remember.
Yeah, but this is the thing with when I have any sort of dream, bad dream, good dream, whatever. When I wake up, like it's there, but it just honestly, it's like the more I try to remember it, the quicker it disappears. And this happened to me loads. So like it can't. Has that happened to you? It must be normal.
Yeah. I just can't really speak to.
Wow.
I just never can remember it. We always know. Everyone knows who knows me knows I have awful memory. So
Yeah.
that's good for everyone because they can tell me their secrets and I'll probably forget
And
them.
you forget.
But my wife struggles with really bad dreams.
Yeah.
They're choking dreams. Choking dreams. So I would say every kind of once, twice a week, maybe they've settled down a little bit.
It's quite frequent.
Really frequent. She'll wake up in a fully coughing, like she'll be sat up and just coughing her lungs out. To the point where now I'm so used to it, I sleep through it, which I feel awful about. And like she'll kind of wake me up, like she can't breathe, like.
Oh my God, it's like affecting her physically.
And then I just kind of just touch her. I'm like, you're okay. Like I'm that used to it. I'm just like, you're okay. Like my wife's literally just choking. Like imagine if someday like she just stayed up having some popcorn. She's actually choking, but I'm so used to it that I'm like, you're okay, Dales. And I just fall back to sleep and roll
she's
over.
there like going
And
blue.
and she's like, oh, I was up for like 20 minutes last night. I couldn't breathe. And then she looked into it. She's had it for years, but she looked into it. And apparently it's because you've got something to say, but you can't say it.
In your dream.
So like I always sit down with her. I'm like, do you want to talk about anything? Like, do you have
What, in
something
real
to
life?
say? So in real life, apparently, the diagnosis is you got something to say, but you won't say it, so you're choking on it. But then it goes back to also she's got a really bad fear of choking. So it kind of can connect with, is she just so fearful of choking or our daughter choking that
God.
she's literally just like having these dreams. I just find it so fascinating.
That's insane.
But yeah, I just sleep through it, me.
But that's like a saying, isn't it? Like being choked up about something.
Yeah. So she's always
If
thought,
something's on your mind.
yeah, like
Oh, wow.
it's just what we even spoke about it the other week, and I'm like, they say you've got something to say. Like, do you need to get anything off your chest? And she's like, no, this is the thing. I don't know what it is. Like, I don't need to get it. Like, she's a very speak your mind kind of person. Like, she's coming at you with the words.
You're not worried about anything.
No.
There's no
But-
hidden secrets.
I do. Well, that's exactly. I'm like, come on.
Everybody's got their secrets.
Everyone's got secrets, don't
Yeah. Oh wow. Oh, that's crazy.
they? Yeah.
But I want to know Like, I know we need to do a bit of research, but I'm going to pretend to be a brain doctor right now and say that I think, like, when these dreams are going on, they're in, like, a different part of your thinking brain. I'm sure I've read something like that. And so that's why you've got your normal memory, right? Like, you can remember what you did. I can't remember what I did yesterday, but you might be able to remember what you did yesterday. But I'm sure the dream part, like, it's a completely different part of your brain.
I think so. I definitely think, like, obviously, again, we need a doctor to confirm.
A brain
but it is
doctor.
kind of like completely different brain.
Can they see your dreams?
Did I just say that? Completely different brain.
Complete.
As in, we don't just have one. Apparently, in my head,
this is it.
Apparently, there's 8 ones over here.
We maybe we don't even know the truth.
No.
But yeah, no, I'd like to do a bit of research on that and find out more about the old brain dreams. What's going on?
Get on to that. Just like, off you pop then. Go have a look.
I think I will. I think I'm going to do a bit of research. Maybe find an expert, because they can plug you in, can't they? Have you seen, like, I don't know if there's a documentary or whatever on TV, like, or the real whatever, blah blah blah. But they put like a hat on, though, with like loads of wires coming out, and they obviously can't see what you're dreaming about, can they? That'll be dangerous with me.
Yeah.
but there's like hats with stuff coming out, right? Like,
can they see what you're actually thinking?
I think
is technology that advanced yet?
I'm pretty sure the dream is not going to come up on a computer screen, right? But
yeah.
I think they can analyze what part of your brain is doing what and some weird stuff, like.
Yeah.
But and then afterwards you have to tell them what you're thinking about, so they can kind of work out.
Yeah.
But
well, that's interesting. I think we need to do a bit of research on this.
It's not a brain doctor, is it? It's a dream doctor.
Of course. Surely someone listening is a dream doctor. Even if you just pretend and just let us feel that everything we're saying is kind of correct, just make it up. We don't know. We don't need to see a doctorate, do we? Just someone pretend, give us a comment, and just tell us if what we're thinking is correct.
If we are 10% on the right pathway here,
you know what? I'll be happy with 5. I'd be happy with 5. You know what? I'll take what I can get, Harry. I'll take what I can get.
I like it. Anyway, dreams, absolutely.
Who the fuck are we? Like,
Who
does
are
anyone
we?
even actually know? Because we just put out these podcasts and we're just like, hey, give us a listen. And who the fuck?
What do you want people to know about you?
Well, not me. I just thought, you know. What, Nicole? Have a word. What do you want to speak about?
If the first comment on YouTube is like, who the are you? Who the F are you?
Who the F are you?
Maybe it is. There was a comment there is a comment on YouTube. There's obviously thousands of comments.
Absolutely. We're just...
One of the thousands of comments was saying that they're looking forward to the next episode.
Oh, that's exciting.
And then it got published.
Oh.
So there must be that person.
Hopefully they actually listen to it.
Got gin and tonic here. I'm going to have a little sip of that. That person must be over the moon now the second episode.
I wonder if it's one of our friends or not. Or we've just got like random people.
It was I can't remember the username, but it was a randomer. It was someone who put like, I don't know, I love fish. People use really weird names, don't they, online? Like, is it sometimes if you need to create a username, like when you're logging on something, the system will create a username for you. You know, and I think I logged on to like an Xbox once, and it created it. It was like Cactus Fish 27, like whatever. Yeah, okay, because it's automated. But when you see some people's names on stuff like, not Facebook, but like YouTube or something like that, where it's more of a username, it's like, you know, Johnny Fish Hat.
But also, some people just have like a really cool username, don't they?
Johnny Fish Hat's not a cool username.
Mine's always like NF Forbes. Like, how I'm so boring. Like,
that's
I want to
rubbish.
have like a cool, you know what? You know what I miss? Back home, I had a nickname.
Was it Wollongong?
It's Woolowan. No, so growing up, my nickname was Knickers.
Okay.
And
Knickers Nicole.
Yeah, and I'm trying to actually remember where it came from, but it was...
Watch out, we don't want any rude stories live on air.
Don't you worry, I'll keep it PG. But yeah, it was nice. Like there was so you know how last week we were talking about the story with my friend who's, you know, a doctor. Nurse in the ED.
I was watching this back like literally a day ago, and I was like, "Oh my god, this is just killing me."
Intense.
It was intense, nail biting.
But she commented on it, and she was like, "Yes, Knickers," and I'm thinking, no one's gonna know. Like in the UK, no one knows me as that. And so she's like, "Yes, Knickers," and she confirmed obviously what I'd said, and she was like, "He actually lost 15 liters of blood, but he survived." But it just made me like
15
miss.
litres of blood.
I know, it's crazy.
Right, anyway,
isn't
back
it?
to knickers.
But no, it just made me like, isn't it funny when you grow up with a nickname and it like it makes you feel like home? It's just like that's your name. So obviously back home I'm Nickers. So whenever I go travel back home, it's been a while.
Yeah.
But it's always like, oh, Nickers.
Knickers
And
is
like I
bad.
remember one of my friends once I got off the plane and she had a full blown massive sign like welcome home
at
Nickers.
the airport?
Yeah, at the
Wow,
airport.
that's
And to
amazing.
everyone else they were like, what is going on? But I'm like, hey, that's So I just think, did you ever have a nickname growing up?
Idiot.
wow.
No. So, like, Hazza. Maybe
Hazza, yeah.
Hazza.
Nothing like
Dunno, really.
not to do with your name,
No,
just kind of
nothing
short
No,
names.
nothing crazy, to be honest. I was
I
quite
used to
fortunate.
always get Nick, and my mum used to be like lose it. Like she was so
didn't like
funny.
it.
Yeah, so she was really like, if I wanted to call her Nick, her name would be Nick.
Oh, that's
Nicole.
protective.
She is. But
Most
I
times
think
it's the person whose name it is, isn't it, that's protective
yeah,
about their
just
own
like
name.
no. But so now, my best friend, there's two of my best mates that can call me Nikki because I'm just not a fan. Like I've hated, when people are like, oh Nikki,
Yeah.
I've never been a fan of it. So
Yeah.
two of my best mates, they know I don't like it, so they call it to me like
Yeah.
oh Nikki, but I'll only let them call me it because it's like
Some people hate it. A friend of mine, Madeline,
Yeah.
she doesn't like Madeline, hates it. And Maddie, she'll go bananas. Like
really, she doesn't like
someone calls-
Maddie.
No.
I've always liked the name Maddie.
Yeah, me too. I thought it
So
was
she
quite
likes
sweet.
it Madeline. It has to
She's a Madeline.
okay. So it
So-
has to be a full name.
Yeah, Madeline. Nope. Maddie. Nope.
So
Yeah, some people are
Wow.
really, which is fine. And like I
Yeah.
get it. I think like some people like their proper name being used. I think it is a big mistake to guess as well. Like if someone's called like Andrew, and you just go around and he's introduced himself as Andrew, and you start calling him Andy, like no.
I think I had to learn that quite quickly as I got into like a little bit older because I just love short everything. Like
I
shorten everything.
You go into the servo to get your petrol.
But like when like even like I meet people obviously in my job, so I work in events and things like that. So I'm meeting clients and things, and you'll get an email from and it's like, oh, Andrew. And just all in my head, it's just like, oh, Andy, like when
Do you
I see
phone
him,
him up?
but but I can't. Like, and so I've always got to
Okay.
be like,
Yeah.
remembering that, okay, no, this is a professional environment.
Yeah.
I can't. And some people also, it's not even that it's a professional environment. It's that some people just don't like.
Some people
the
don't like
names
it.
are-
But so like an Andrew is usually an Andy.
Yeah.
A David's usually a Dave. A Kenneth might be a Ken.
Yeah.
Like some stuff's really obvious, but you can't just make one up, can you?
I know,
For
and-
like I don't know, someone's Daniel, you're gonna go around, hi Danny boy.
But that's what, like, obviously not with the boy, but I want to be like, oh, Dan, like Danny, like that's just,
You're just gonna go for
automatically in my mind, it just goes for it because I feel like that relationship with that person, it's just like
Oh, wow.
when I just nickname, but obviously I can't. I've learned.
You're
as I've-
enhancing the relationship and the
Yeah,
friendship
just like
by
having
just
the bond.
going in on it. I love it.
But then someone
Nikki,
probably
alright.
might think that and be like, oh, Nikki, and I'll be like, out.
I was just gonna say,
Absolutely not.
what about that then, Nikki?
Exactly.
You're not
out.
having it.
Not having it at all.
So
I get,
Nicole Knickers.
yeah, Nicole
Knickers.
Knickers. Yeah, that's really
Not
it.
Nick. You're not having Nick.
No, I'm not having Nick. I'm not having Nikki. Now, you know what? After this, if you put this in, that's all I'm going to get, isn't it? But you know what I get?
In the comments, 1,000 people. Nick, Nicky.
Get in there, Nikki. You know what?
yes.
I always get called over here though.
Go on.
So
Nick, hang on, wait. So Nicole, like Nicola, people calling
always, why?
you Nicola.
You know what?
They are. Oh, that's rubbish.
I'm
Why would
happy if
anyone
your
do
name's
that?
Nicola. Like you probably love that name. That's amazing.
Yeah.
But to me, it's just not something that I like.
Yeah,
Right?
but that's not even anything
No.
similar to your name.
It's just being lazy because everything autocorrects,
Yeah.
right? So when I send an email, at the end of it, I'll literally be like, many thanks, warmest regards, Nicole.
Warmest regards.
Yeah, bit
Oh,
posh.
God,
Warmest
like it.
regards, Nicole.
What
Right?
about warm regards?
Whoa. Listen, can we just go with
Sorry.
that? Like,
I'm
so
coming back to this.
so I send it, and then as soon as I sent it, and they email back, hi Nicola, at what point can you not read the full email to be able to see at the fucking bottom it says Nicole, there's an E, there's not an A.
Yeah.
I literally sit in the office in a professional environment where I should be behaving myself, and I will out loud go, read the fucking email. I get ropeable. And like my boss, bless her, she's just like, oh, she's at it again. Like, just leave it. But I'm like, it's just a pet hate. Like, you know how you were talking about pet hates the other day.
That's your
nails. No, that's mine. Just read. And like that, I think when I reply to emails and things like that, I always see the signature, like what's actually their name. But anyway, so that's it. That's my rant.
I like that. And I've seen, if I'm CC, it's normally I'll laugh at this shit because I'll be CC'd into an email and I'll be like at the back end of a conversation. There'll be two people effectively talking and it'll come from someone like Nikki, Nikki, and someone will reply Nikki like CKY.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, how have you even made that up?
It's like people just don't. I think we're just in such a generation that people are obviously so busy, they're so rushed. I need to reply to this email that we actually just don't take one moment to just respect people. Just even a small thing about, and you know what, this could be a whole nother podcast about that kind of situation and people in a rush and people don't care. But like, that's someone's name. And so just to take one fucking moment to just have a look. And like, yeah, maybe I shouldn't get so irate about it. But I do. And whether it's here or whether it's in the office.
You should do.
It's something I'm going to take a stand.
You should do. And I judge, like, you know, like, oh, don't judge people. I mean, like, I'll judge someone on that. Like, if somebody hasn't read something properly and it's a businessy thing or something and they've made a mistake like that, they've just decided to call someone something, I'll automatically assume that person is a bit they're not putting the time into their job properly. Yeah. Right, man? Don't
you love the as per my previous email, because people have not like read it as per note on third paragraph, second sentence in. Like, I hate doing those kind of emails because you sound like you do sound like a dick, don't you? You're like, as per my, because I never want to come across like that.
Sounds
but
like
it's
a manager, isn't it?
Yeah,
like,
and because I'm just so like, you know, trying not to be too formal over email, but I'm just like, as per my email. I hate writing those emails because it makes you look like a dick, but they clearly just didn't read the email. Don't know how we even got on this subject.
I don't know. Well, the subject's just changed. I can't speak properly
You're
now.
okay. I bet you're not going to cut that, are you?
No,
you just, yeah.
I'm happy.
You better put that in.
I did the little finger movement cut. You didn't do the secret finger movement. When we're editing, like we've got to know if like to cut. You've got to do secret finger movement.
Yeah, but I just look like I'm about to shoot a gun.
I don't like editing videos, so just don't bother cutting anything out.
Okay, just put it all in.
So when we go, but.
Can't be asked. Okay, good to know. I'll bring my end game.
So they've been watching the Harry & Co podcast show with myself and the lovely Nicole, or Nickers as you're well known as in Australia.
I like that. Yes. It's been amazing. Thank you for having me.
And we'll be back again pretty soon. That's how it works.
Yeah. Make sure to subscribe. Check out our Instagram. What do we got? Website, Instagram, TikTok. We need to get things on TikTok, don't we?
Let's get TikToking.
We do.
Let's get TikToking for these lovely folks.
And put them out.
Yeah. Well, we'll see you all again soon. Thanks for watching.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye, Nicole.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.